My karate chopping is not even close to being in tune with the music because of the delay. Because of the video delay. I almost typed stream time into the stream chat. That would have been quite stupid. Alright, let's start this. Ace Attorney, Chronicles. The Chronicles of Ace. We actually left off mid-case last time, so we're gonna continue, like, right where we left off, man. I don't remember fucking anything from last week. I don't know why. Don't ask me to explain why, but I have no goddamn memory of what we were doing. None! Can we check the history, please? Good news, everyone! The trial has started to shifted slightly. Oh my god, I don't remember this at all. That's right, the blood. Remember, we have the testimony that the guy was like stabbing the guy with both hands, but we have the glove of our defendant, which only has blood on one hand. We basically are just straight up OJing it at this point. If the glove does not blit, you must acquit, as they say. Yeah, I remember this now. Okay, I know where we are. The Good Life is out. I want it. I haven't bought it yet, so I gotta find a good time to stream it, but... Uh-oh. Do you hear my fucking computer geeking, dude? It's because there's a flash flood warning. The cartoon flash flood warning. Yeah, there's a flash flood warning where I live. There's a lot of water. What game is on Saturdays? I don't have a set game on Saturdays right now, so I guess I could do it then. Bum, 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 bum. Volume good, volume good. That's right, the green guy was ripping people off. Yeah. Oh, poor old Squelgus. I forget his name. It was like Bimbo or something. Balpus. Dangdo? Dimbus? I'm Bilbus. Fuck, I can't remember. Beppis. Beppis! He's Beppis, I remember now. What the witnesses really saw. There was blood on both of his hands. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attackers' hands with blood on them. Beppo, that's his name, not Beppis. Beppo, I love Beppo.
I didn't actually see anything myself. No, not until I heard that scream.
Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else in that carriage or we all would have seen.
So I think I found last week that, like, secret compartment. I think that's what I need to show as evidence against that statement.
Well, lo and behold, in truth of fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment. I apologize, my lord, but honestly, there was no one else inside that carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it.
That's really not what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. Okay, this is real. I need to pay attention to this, because I do not remember the interior of the omnibus very well. Remember there was a blood stain here. There was, like, the sky roof thing. There was the place that had a secret compartment, and that's about it. And the 2 rows. Hey, what's up? Not Aiden Dean, welcome. Yeah, that is true. It's really funny, because sometimes people, I dox people from playing stupid games. Somebody logs onto, like, Anime Breast Paradise, and it just pops up, like, right there at the top left of the screen, live on stream. It's really funny. It's just a hard call-out. It's a hard call-out if you play Anime Boob Paradise. It pops up right there for all to see. I love it. The mustaches. It does, dude. It looks fucking terrible. That guy does not have a good cut. He has a $30 haircut at best. He got the fucking George Washington cut. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case.
Very well. Your cross-examination, please.
Yes, my lord. Why do you have to call the judge my fucking lord? He is not my lord. I do not pay taxes to him in my fiefdom. I love fiefdoms. What is this? The witnesses really saw... Oh yeah, okay, I remember this now. This is what we just listened to 2 seconds ago. Let's go ahead and save. We're doing amazing so far. We haven't taken any hits to the HP. But I don't remember goddamn anything from last week, so I didn't have time to watch back. I usually, when we're doing a story-based game like this, I try to, like, watch back the previous session at least a couple days before, or, like, at least listen to it, you know, so I can get a handle on where things are. Did not do that this time. I had no time, so I do not remember at all. Even slightly. I have no goddamn idea what's happening. I suppose you might say I didn't see the exact moment. Yeah, that's good. Beppo didn't see anything himself, not until he heard that scream. And then this guy... Yeah, we're gonna press this statement. There couldn't have been anyone else inside the carriage or rail I've seen. First, let's take a quick trip to the evidence. After. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. We need to all be on the same page as to how the cabin works, because I forget. And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the Omnibus?
That's right. It was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over.
Oh yes, I remember I was shivering. It was so bitter.
Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this young fella, but I couldn't enter the cabin.
Oh? Why not?
It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door.
It was locked. See, that's new information. We didn't know that before.
That's right, and it's a public bus service for pity's sake. That's not what I call fair play.
Yes, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the jet inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below.
Well, I could assure you I wasn't just looking down. I was glaring, long and hard. And that's precisely why I can tell you, with absolute confidence, that if there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed.
Alright, give me a second here. We're gonna look inside the cabin real fast. Because now we have something clear to look for, which is a lock. Bam, ba, da, bam, bam, bam. Go inside. No, I don't want to talk to you. So there's the blood stain. There does not appear to be a lock. I'm not gonna lie. Does that look locked to you? Because I don't see any, like, locking mechanism whatsoever there. Like, nothing. And there's the secret compartment. We know about this. There's the skylight. We know about this. Huh. Okay. So yeah, it seems like if we're to believe that the door is locked, then we're definitely dealing with someone like stowing away in here the entire ride. Like, since before our dudes got on the bus, there was somebody lying in wait here. Like an ambush of sorts, you know? That's what it feels like anyway, because if the door is locked from the inside, they couldn't have like jumped in mid-ride. This is like way too small and narrow. This does not appear to like open, so like no one could have fit through here, right? No one could have squeezed through the skylight to get in. So yeah, we're probably dealing with someone who's in this little compartment. The seat has a handle. It is fucking small as hell in there too, though. Alright. See, KB and Enton just got roasted, dude. KB and Enton literally just logged on to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate live on stream. Cringe! Remember that video? Everybody knows the MP4 I refer to. Let's take a peek at the squad. No, actually, you know what? You know what? It does appear that this might open. Look, on the left side of the hatch from where we are, the left side, there appears to be like a little thing. There appears to be like a little latch or something. Yeah, so that is definitely a distinct possibility, I guess. Also, it's closed over with glass, which I didn't notice. So they definitely couldn't climb through the glass. But yeah, it looks like it might open. So, other possibility. Either they were in there the entire time, or they might have climbed in through this if they were in cahoots with the dudes on top. Or it could have been one of the dudes on top, I guess. Could have climbed in, done it, climbed out, then screamed to alert the driver, making it seem like they had no chance of being the killer. There's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. Cool. I want to see if I can, like, comment on the door. We need to find out if this locks. My cat is licking my computer screen. Jimmy Chunga, I've told you to stop fucking rubbing tuna all over your computer screen. That's the real problem. You can't really blame the cat when the real problem is the fact that you get your fucking grubby fingers and just wipe them all over the screen. Jimmy Chunga, whenever he sees my hand in frame, he tries to like high-five it and just splatters tuna sauce everywhere. Basically like nasty old tuna water, which his cat then tries to collect. Have you seen enough? Okay, so we can't talk about the door thing at all. Really does not look like there's a lock, but maybe there is. I don't know, it did kind of look like there was. On the inside, but not like, there's no like visible locking mechanism.
If there was anyone else in the cabin, I would have noticed.
Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not sure about those two witnesses. Would they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? They might not have been able to. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight in the floor of the upper deck. Is that right?
That's right, yes.
In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you.
What?
Oh, golly, really?
Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident,
There could have been another passenger enclosed in the cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Objection!
enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. This game is gonna get canceled, dude. Nipponese is gonna be considered like a fucking slur pretty soon. Give it a week. Give it like 1 week. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh.
Very well. I will uphold the prosecution's demand.
Wait, what? The prosecution?
You will identify the area on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that this potential bursting?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, man. Shit, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna try to point out like the under seat area thing, but I don't know if I can actually do that is the issue. Like, I don't know if the game would allow me to do that. I have to find out where it's situated. We gotta look back at the 3D model because I forget already. Which one has the handle? Okay, it's that one. It's the seat in the back. Kick it in the back seat. Okay, got it. It's in the back seat, for sure. For super sure. Okay, let's try it. It doesn't matter the orientation, right? My 3D reasoning is on the level of a 70 IQ peasant, but I believe that, yeah, okay, we're fine. It's just the back seat for super sure. It's gotta be. I'm going for it. I'll save, but I'm going for it. Sexual orientation. Sexual orientation 13 as it's known. I'm gonna present this thing. Guys, here's the messed up part. Are you ready for this? Controversial opinion time. How are you gonna have a sexual orientation that ain't a man and a woman? I'm just saying that, like, when I took sexual education in Georgia, they told us, and I quote, that the penis go enter the vagina. So I'm no seismologist, but I'm just saying that, like, the other stuff, like, it just doesn't make any sense from a logistics standpoint to me, you know? Like, I need to see some blueprints on how this shit works, because I'm not understanding anything. I'm not getting it. Somehow it's just not getting through. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's try it.
Take that! Take that!
Both rows of seats on the roof face in the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other, which means... Okay, good, it was just talking about line of sight. The visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight. As I've drawn... Yeah, but the problem is he hasn't established which bench he was sitting on. If he was sitting on the front bench looking back, then he would have seen... Maybe he did last week, actually. He probably did last week, my bad. Either way, it works out. When you born a penis. That would be fucking radical, dude. I would love to be a penisling, as it's known. That's kind of the optimal mode of transportation, if you ask me. It would look like them little, remember when the Xenomorph in Alien is born and he's just like a little monster boy who pops out of people's bellies? That's what it would kind of look like, if you ask me. That's kind of the whole, structure of the being, as it were. The penisman. The penisologist. That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it.
Objection!
You Krang-looking penis man. That fucking penis man will be good at Street Fighter, I'll tell you that.
It's quite possible that some phantom was sitting there. Your Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity.
Here's the other problem of being a penisman, is like, if you were just sitting on a bench chilling with your villains, just hanging out with your bros, it is entirely possible that someone could come along and sit on you. And like, that's just not a pleasant experience for either party involved, to be totally honest. Depending on what you're into, I guess. But yeah, that would be a bad time. That'd be no good whatsoever. He's too small, people wouldn't be able to see him. I mean, huge! He's huge! He's like 87 inches, bro.
Huh? I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude.
Can you, Mr. Naruhodo?
I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? I have a dickling! I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name.
Oh, I would love to hear this. You are a fool. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned. Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat.
This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was... It should be McGilded, right? Right? No, maybe this guy, though. Oh! I can't go back to look at the evidence either. It's one of these two idiots, but I don't remember, man. It's been a fucking week. It's been a fucking week, man. I don't remember. Magnus McQueef or thrice fired Masoon. But so the blood stain that marked where the guy was on that side, which should have been visible. So if we're assuming that that blood stain was just put there in error to show where the guy got murdered, then he should be visible. So it has to be McGilded, I think. We're trying.
Take that!
The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded.
Merc.
Mr. McGilded?
What are you talking about, counsel? What's the name of the defendant?
Chimichanga, stop, dude. No more Dr. Pepper,
Objection!
bro. See, that guy knows what's up. He said, fuck your Dr. Pepper, bitch. Guys, go ahead and mod this game so that the Dr. Pepper can is replacing his wine bottle, and the thing that he throws into the wall and explodes in blood is Chimichanga's cat. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and edit the entire scene, importing models from Blender, custom-made models for that 3-second gag, thank you.
If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks! People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and a culture of their own. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly.
What are you trying to say?
Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It is the very premise on which this case is built.
Objection!
But that premise may be wrong.
What? Huh?
If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way.
What inconsistency, counsel?
The defendant's gloves, my lord. Yeah, because remember, they said that he was like just kind of like stabbing from above with two hands, but his gloves, only one of his gloves is bloody, so it doesn't make any sense. So it really doesn't make any sense. It's an inconsistency. Look at this dude fucking poring over his papers, man. He's pretending, he's doing a good job of it too. I'm not gonna hate on the fella. I'm just saying that he's doing a hell of a job of pretending like he does not have 3 blank sheets of printer paper there and that's it. Oh, very compelling evidence I've got here. Yeah, these fucking, it's 3 sheets! How much could you possibly look over? Look, you can count the sheets. 1, 2, 3. This guy's not fooling anybody. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection!
The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance.
Yes, their testimony remains unchanged.
Exactly. They both adamantly swear, oops, I'm sorry, that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. I really want to do the like hand slam, but I desperately fear just breaking my desk in half, like Francis 2988. Should you? I'm not gonna fucking tell you if you should drink Dr. Pepper Chimichanga. You're a grown-ass man. You can make your own damn doctor decision peppers. I already told you that guy threw his Dr. Pepper into the wall. What more do you need? What more do you need to make your decision, man? Huh? Hang on, my thing is having a severe flood warning attack, my phone. It's having a severe autism attack. Dun, dun, dun. It's because Chimichanga's Dr. Pepper is literally fucking flooding the land as we speak. His Dr. Pepper is pouring forth and flooding the goddamn land as we speak. Out of its container. I like Dr. Pepper, alright. I think it's one of the better sodas. The top tier sodas are as follows. I don't really drink soda, but this is my top tier go-tos, what I do. Dr. Pepper's up there for sure. Root beer, A&W or Bark are both pretty good. Big Red, that's like a Texas only, but it's very good. It's very disgusting, but it's very good. It's like carbonated cough syrup is how I would describe it. It's pretty fucking good. And that's about it really for like the top. Mexican Coke. Specifically, only Mexican Coke is also top tier. But American Coke is dog shit. It tastes fucking horrible. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. What? There was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night. A third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands. Both of them.
Objection!
Yeah, cheerwine is also a southern thing.
And who was this third party?
I bet the British have fucking some disgusting soda, dude. Like Mr. Farsupial's grounded marsupials. Just like the most nastiest fucking sodas. Just like these green, sugarless, tasteless, bean on toast ass beverages. I remember when I went to England. I've been to England once. I would never wish to return. And they had like candy, because I went when I was just a lad, so I bought some candy. It was so fucking disgusting. It was called like jelly babies, and they were these little babies made of jelly, and you eat them and they explode in your mouth into baby gore. It was very gross. I like Scotland though. Scotland was kind of cool as hell. I was a big fan of Scotland.
And who was this third party?
That's why I'm all for Scottish independence. They don't deserve to live under the thumb of the English. Obviously, the true culprit.
Extraordinary! Order, order, order! What exactly are you postulating?
Objection!
The defense's postulation is just that, nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
Objection!
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces.
Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though.
Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir.
And what particular style of hats did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First?
He doesn't fucking know.
I'm afraid I don't remember.
And you call yourself a hatter?
The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin.
How can you be so sure?
Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilded, would undoubtedly have offered to depose the fact. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed even to notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled.
Ah. Yeah, that is a... who came up with that preposterous hypothesis? Was it Steve? I posit? He's right. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the Omnibus, it's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it.
Order! There is clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused, Mr. McGilded, to the stand. Well, what say you, counsel? The prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police.
But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely?
No, that's stupid.
They added a Krang skin to Smite. Woo! Let's go Smite. That's the first good move that game's made in literal decades, man. Smite came out. I played it for like 2 weeks. I never fucking touched that game again, but now I gotta get back in. Now I gotta get back into it. I was honestly an Ares main, straight up. I was a fucking god with Ares. I would just like crush that game as Ares. He was so broken. Was it Ares? Who was the one who had like all the chains? You have like the chains that you throw out and bind people with? I played that dude. He was busted as hell. I played some Hades too a little bit.
Magnus McGilded is no uneducated raisin.
Huh?
If it indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion?
My lord, could we ask Mr. McGilded to testify? Or not? Yeah, we gotta have him testify. He's boned otherwise. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand. You also know it's a good idea because Mr. McZeeks was desperately trying to get me to not do it. If he thought it was gonna lead to me stepping on a rake, he just would have been like, oh yeah, go for it, bro, no worries. It's a great idea, genius, call a guy to the stand.
In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury. Oh yes, only a little time to consider this.
If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say. Get the man out here, I say.
Oh, it would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony.
The Mexican guy, he's back, I forgot about him, baby. They brought fucking George Lopez to the stand to be a juror.
When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild.
Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say. Oh yes, that would be lovely.
Yes, the jury says the man must be heard. Very well. The court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once.
They're bringing him out. They're wheeling him out in a fucking wheelbarrow full of cash. He actually is so rich. He's reached the level of wealth where you refuse to go anywhere while you're not like Scrooge McDuck style swimming through gold. So he just has to have people wheel him out inside of a kind of like in a giant inflatable outdoor pool that's filled with his own gold coins for him to kind of swim through. Kind of to like Gmod's surf map down while he makes call out videos. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. All I'm saying is that McGilded is here. That was his famous YouTube channel.
Let the proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse?
I forgot about Mr. McGilded. Look at him. He's the worst character.
To be sure I have, my lord.
There are now two matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party, as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact?
Begad, no. 'Tis not in my nature to hide anything at all.
Just answer the questions, please.
The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell yous, or keep your mouth shut?
Tell us what, Mr. McGilded?
The fine fella representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger.
Is it true?
Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened.
What? No, my fucking defendant is a miscreant. I'm boned. I'm actually so fucking snorted right now, dude. Somebody fucking ground me up, put me on a fucking fat cock and snorted me up because I'm doomed. There's no chance I can get him off now. He's an accomplice to murder. He's a killer. He's a crook. He's a fiend. You. What? Magnus McGilded looks like a fucking Psychonauts character, bro. If his eyes were like a little bit more displaced and his skin was a sickly shade of blue, he would just be a Psychonauts character.
No, Magnus McGilded. That convenient excuse can't save you now.
I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing, even when I was taken by the police. I do be having a very good reason.
I do be having. That's not how Irish people talk. Can we have any Irishmen, any filthy, calloused Irishmen confirm whether or not they say I do be having? Whether they say I do be jamming a lot? Because I guarantee you they don't.
Which was?
Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and not in any way involved, you see.
What?
If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord.
And who was this young child of whom you speak?
That, I don't know.
You don't know?
Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Objection!
We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised. If the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings.
What? What? Oh my god, the fog is rolling in. It's Silent Hill. Someone's trying to get away after them. I can't see anything through this smoke. What is going on?
Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face.
Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus.
I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is a catboy and clear the courtroom.
What the hell's going on? Somebody just fucking blew up the whole courtroom. We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. At first I thought it was like Silent Hill fog, but it is now undoubtedly confirmed to just be a terrorist attack on Britain's most sacred and hallowed grounds, the court system. My queen, what is their national anthem? What is the national anthem of the filthy, filthy Brits? The national tantrum, more like it. Amid scenes of chaos, people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. To be continued? What? This is crazy. I guess I'll save. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and click save game, to be honest. Trial part 3? Jesus, man, how many parts is this trial?
18th February, 12:52 p.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant Lobby.
Oh, sorry, defendant's antechamber. What on earth just happened in there? Bum, ba-da-da, dun. I love that song, it's so good. I fucking love the, like, action sequence music.
Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened.
Miss Sasato.
I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke.
A smoke grenade? Sounds like the sort of things ninjas use. Dude, did my fucking Twitch really run a fucking another ad? God damn it. Why does my shit keep running ads without me asking it to? That's super weird. Did you get an ad? Did anybody get an ad? It says it ran an ad. I did not click ad. Like, just in the middle of that last segment, apparently, it ran an ad. That's very weird. That's not, like, it should not be an automated thing. That's very strange. Quite bizarre. It sounds like the sort of things ninjas use, unless they updated the way their ads work, which is also possible.
They're just making sure everything's safe now. I think the trial will start again before long.
But who would have done something like this?
The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently.
Flee the courtroom? Why?
Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear.
A young girl of around 15? And could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilded was just talking about?
My thoughts exactly.
So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here!
I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl.
Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself?
There's another matter that's troubling.
What's that?
The 20 pence.
Oh, She's busting out her Susato book as it's known.
According to the coachman, Mr. Beppa,
Dun, 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 dun.
he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there were in fact 5.
Now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers.
Which means the figures don't seem to add up again.
She's a fucking thief, dipshit. You dumb fuck, she threw a fucking ninja smoke bomb at the floor. He called her an urchin. What more proof do you need? Think she got fucking paid to ride the cab? Think she's gonna fucking be like, oh, here's your 5 pence, sir. Hell no. She's the killer, straight up. She's gotta be the killer. She has to be the motherfucking... She is hungry. It's just like that song, One Step Ahead of the Bread Box from Aladdin. She's basically Aladdin Jr. Here's the problem I have. Are you ready for this? She's the killer. She's gotta be the killer. We don't really know any other characters yet who have any reason to be the killer at all. Well, there's a motive for Mr. Fairplay, but he was up on top. He's got witnesses aplenty. Bum, 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 bum. That's right. That is strange.
Counsel for the defense, proceed to the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes.
Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away.
Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's gonna say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial.
We'll know soon enough.
Yes! Yes!
And hey, what's up, John Chinatown? Hoya! You got here just in time, dude. We're about to kill a small British child for our own amusement. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. More games should have British murders. Hey, oh, is that her? Is that the thief? Is that this fucking dirty ninja? That sure is. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look, we're continuing the trend in this game of all the killers being devious young women. So I'm not surprised. Remember, the first case was the college girl, and then the next case was the Russian ballerina girl who was like 16. And now this case is a 15-year-old girl. They're all evil women. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before.
Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks.
My lord.
I believe you have established the cause of that smoke which veiled the proceedings earlier.
It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army.
Good gracious! The army? What in the devil's name?
It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Oh my god. She also has eyeballs on her hat, if you could believe that. Don't call the police, bro. At least wait until after we kill the British girl to call the police. That would be the fucking courteous thing to do. You fucking narc. Didn't you ever heard the saying, squealers get dweelers? God damn. It's like you don't even know anything about common sense. If you tell the police that I horrifically murdered and brutally maimed a 15-year-old girl, then that means you're a snitch. And that's way worse than being a killer. I may be a murderer and a torturer, but I ain't no snitch. At the very least, I can go to my grave with a clean conscience, knowing that I never fucking ratted anybody out. I mean, come on, man. The hypocrisy. It boggles the mind. And I want to play Boggle, too. She now occupies the stand.
Your name, girl?
Da-da-da-da-dun.
Are you responsible for the smoke grenade?
Maybe.
What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior?
She's ignoring his ass, dude. No, don't deal out justice yourself. That's even worse. That means you're a fucking cancel cultural, or... Honestly, vigilante detectives were basically the original cancel culture, if you really get down to it. Who are we to cancel this girl just for killing that one guy for no reason? Hey, I was sneezed. Oh, I've been so sick lately, dude. I've been so fucking sick this last week. I got the James Cordona virus, and I have been man-spreading it all about, dude. Cause I like just try to man-spread my corona infection like a boss.
If I may, my lord,
Yes, Mr. McGilded.
I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why is it that the wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that? It's all tied up with the events of that night, so it is.
Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved.
Oh, maybe she had to come back because she left something in the carriage. In the omnibus. Could that be it? Because now we know she was there. But what would it have been? We already checked the inside and there wasn't jack shit in there. Ugh, the scene of a murder. I'll check just in case. Stop, don't highlight the message penis, dude. You're gonna be fucking banned. The algorithm can pick up on that shit, dude. The algorithm is so, the mighty algorithm that I pray to is so smart. It's so fucking brilliant. Aha! That fucking devious roach, I told you. And also, this was definitely not here before. This blood was definitely not there before. 100%. Yeah, she came back and stole all this shit out of the cabin. There used to be a bunch of shit here. There was only like a tiny space on the left. That's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this bloodstain is so obvious, that's all. And yet Van Zeek's made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? I'm examining this too. John, why do my phone listen to me? It's because they're spying on you. It's because Mark Zuckerberg is keeping tabs on you. It's because Steve Jobs, that fucking cryptid motherfucker, that fucking mummified ghoul, even from beyond the grave, he's still peeping through. He's still peeping through the cyberspace, keeping tabs on you. You think he doesn't have an ear? You think he doesn't have an ear pressed to the other side of that glass every time you speak into it? You think he doesn't try to wriggle his little tongue out of the mouth hole so that he can lick your eardrums? Because he is. Because he does. Because they're a bunch of demonic, satanic, say something, do nothing doomers. And I'm sick of them, to be honest. These fucking technocrats controlling us, stealing our shit, monitoring our daily usage of computers. They probably know that I'm gaming right now, to be honest. And what's more sacred, I ask you, than a gamer's gaming time? And yet they're keeping tabs on us because they want to know everything about our daily life. He's obsessed with me. He's honestly, I'm living in Steve Jobs' head rent-free. I really think I am. I honestly believe that I'm living up in there. I've got a fucking penthouse apartment in his head specifically, and he's just obsessed with me. The dude is just fucking day to day, steaming mad. Steam shooting out of his ears thinking about how epic I am, trying to spy on my shit. Trying to catch me slipping, as the kids say. Also, the storage compartment is totally empty, by the way, in case you didn't know. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Bro, are you fucking... We were just in here 2 seconds ago. You fucking Sherloach. Let's save again. Let's save again.